Alright folks, welcome back to another video. We're back on the 68, and this time we're going to wash it, clean it, maybe even throw some polish on it, take a buffer over it. But this is sort of a new tool, I guess, review maybe, in case some of you don't know about it. But I'm going to show you how to wash. Now, you know, we've not got a complete bed on here. It's a flat bed, it's wood and everything, but with the cab and the front end, we're going to see if we can wash it with 2 buckets of water. And this little pressure washer from RYOBI, it's battery powered. All you need is a bucket of water, and it pulls water out of that bucket. You don't need a pressure washer, nothing. You've not got to have water like a spigot or nothing. All you need is a bucket of water, or a pond or a creek, wherever you can put this hose in water, it'll pull water up. So we're going to take this and see what we can do on this old truck. Y'all come along. Alright, to explain this a little better, you've got your battery that goes in the bottom, and I really like this thing. It I can't remember, I think this goes up to 600 psi maybe. I can't remember, it's 600, maybe 1,000, I'm not sure. You'll have to look it up, but you can get these anywhere RYOBI tools are sold. And I was skeptical on it, but it really works. And all you do is see this coupling right here. If I can get it off there, well, maybe. Anyways, this one's set up for a water hose. You put this one on, and you drop this in your water, and it pulls water up, and you've got great pressure. I've washed tractors with these, cars, trucks, everything. But yeah, all you do is just like a quick connect. If I can, there we go. You can see it's just a quick connect, and like that's for the water hose. Then you take this and there you go. Drop that in your water and go. So we've got 2 5-gallon buckets here, and we're going to see how far this will go on cleaning this truck. So you can see it's got a lot of got a lot of scum and mildew and all that. So we'll see how good it takes it off, and we'll see how far 2 buckets of water go. If we have to, we'll go get more, but we'll see how far 2 of them go. So let's get started. All right, there's our first bucket of water. There might be a 1/2 inch in the bottom, and that's what we've done so far. Now obviously this is an extreme extreme case of trying to clean a vehicle. So you can see all this stuff, it's going to have to be scrubbed. And yes, I'm sure some of you was saying, screaming at the screen, saying you need to put degreaser on it and all this and all that. Well, I wanted to see what it would do with nothing, just straight water, and see what kind of pressure this thing had to see if it would do it. Well, so far that's what one 5-gallon bucket will get you in an extreme occasion. You know, most vehicles ain't this bad, and obviously if you're washing mud off or just cleaned it up to go to a show, whatever, it'll go a lot further and you can do a whole lot more. So, you know, take it for what it is. For a battery powered pressure washer, when you're in a, for instance, that you don't have water pressure, but you can get water, that's not too bad. But we will have to come back and scrub and, you know, maybe throw some degreaser on it. But that's a decent change. So I'm gonna keep after it and see how far we get. All right, well, I think we're gonna have to resort to bigger. I mean, where it's not real bad, it takes a lot of it off, and that's, you know, it's just all the years of mildew and crap on it. It's too much for this thing. But like I said, if you're just wanting to wash it for a car show, or you know, just light to medium washing, it does great. And I don't know, there's about 3 or 4 inches of water left in that bucket, so I'll probably be able to get this fender and maybe part of the hood, but we'll have to get us some more water, or take it to a car wash, or just get a bigger pressure washer and do it like that. So I'm gonna keep after it and we'll see what happens. Alright, here's what we're dealing with to start with. You know, it was a lot worse. Had all that black stuff on it, and a lot of the black stayed on. And I mean, it just, a decent pressure washer about wouldn't take it off. But I've got a solution. You can see I've done a test spot right here, and it's a lot smoother, and all the black's gone. I've done one over here. So, but what we're going to use, you know, usually they give you those clay bar kits, and it's got quick detailer in it, stuff like that. Now you can clay bar with just straight water. You just need something for it to glide and lubricate. But here's what we're going to use. This is what they call the Mother's Speed Clay, I think. Let's see. Yeah, Speed Clay 2.0. And I done a little test spot right here, and it does a good job. So we'll use that. I was using this little pad from McGuire's, and it does really good. That's what I done the roof with. I tested it, and you can see it above that body line, a little seam, got a little shine to it. I tested that out last night, and yeah, I think it's gonna be all right. Used that wool pad over there and some Pro Speed compound, that high cutting stuff, heavy cut. So we are going to start with the clay bar, go over the whole truck top to bottom, get all the black off of it, get the paint down smooth, and start buffing. And I'm thinking we'll do one round with the wool buff, and then we'll go to the DA polisher and do 2, maybe 3 rounds with it, and then finish it off with like liquid wax or something. And I think that'll work out pretty good. So let's see how this works. And one thing I forgot to mention, like I said, you can use straight water to do this, but I'm using simple green because like I showed you on the front, I tested with the quick detailer, and it done okay. But this simple green, where it's already a cleaner, that's what it's taking the black off really good. So we'll continue to do that, and we'll get to polishing. Well, it's got this half, but not buff, but clay barred, and I'll tell you that mother's clay pad up there, that sucker, I like that, but it's a lot smoother. And I've done half of it right now because I want to do a good half and half, but we're just trying to clean up what we got, and if we get a shine out of it, which you can already see a little bit of a reflection, we'll come back to that and see how the toolbox looks once we're done. But next step is take that wool pad over there and that compound and start going to town on what we can. Places like around here, you can get some of that. Right here probably okay, but like here, tops of the doors, stuff like that, I'll have to get with a smaller polisher, and I'll just have to make the best of it. But you can see there's a little bit of shine right there. So let's see what happens. And there is first round of buffing with the wool buff. You can see we've got us a pretty drastic difference right there. And this here has not been clay barred. I've not took clay bar to this yet. This is clay barred and first round with the wool buff. So, and then we'll come back with the DA polisher and do 1 or 2 rounds with it, just depending on what happens. But that ain't too bad so far. So we'll keep chugging away at it and see what happens. Well, I believe I've been busy. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I wish it looked like that kind of red in person like it does on camera. That's the way it looks on camera is very similar to how the original color is supposed to look. But you can see. And this here, all this right here is just with a wool buff. With that right there. That's all it is. Now, I've been getting all the little stuff with this little 3-inch griots. And this, and it's got a 2-inch pad that you can swap onto it. But I really like this thing. I picked this up last year, and it really comes in handy. Of course, I went around the door handle and see, there's what we started with, and then here's what we've got. So that's pretty good. But I used that little one to go all the way around the door frame, up around here, and I've not touched that part of the drip rail. And there's what we've got now. So, but here, all around here, I got some of this with the wool, but I went back and done that with the little one, and then all the way up around here, got in between the letters down here and everything. So for, I'm gonna say, probably 30-year-old paint, that's not too bad. And then I've hit the bike just a little bit. Darn, I wish this thing was that color like you see it on camera. It's more of a not a fire engine red. It's, well, I guess that, I'm pretty sure this was, in the day, this was considered candy apple red. But I wished it looked like it does on camera, that's for sure. So, but that's the progress so far. It's turned out decent. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Now what we're going to do is, what did I do with it? Let's see here. I'll show you what I've been. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I started using this with the little one, and I'm not sure what the difference is. Wherever that other one went. Where did it go? Where did it go? Well, oh, here it is. All right. Now, you can see, yeah, there we go. This one on their chart goes up to 12, and this one only goes up to 10. They both say extra heavy cut. This is M100, and this is just says 100. Pro Speed Compound, you know, looks the same, but I don't know. So I went ahead and used this one like around here because I hadn't touched it with the wool. So in case this was a little more aggressive, that's why I went ahead and used this. But I don't know if there's much of a difference. Now what we're going to do is come back. We're not going to use, we might use this coarse pad. I don't know. I'll probably try the polishing first and see what that does. And we'll come back with the medium cut cleaner. And this is medium defects, swirls, water spots, sanding marks. So hopefully this will do pretty good. And then we'll come back with probably a black finish pad and use this for a third step. And then we'll probably use another black pad, may even use the same one, and then put our wax on, because I really like the Meguiar's liquid wax. So, but so far, I am pleased. It's looking right proper. So let's get back after it. Well, this definitely did not turn out the way I planned. It's been quite a while since I originally buffed this truck, but you can see, like I said, it's been quite a while. It's probably been at least 3 weeks, at least, if not a month. And for some reason, it's just wanting to chalk back up. Now, I know on camera, it don't look that bad, but like right, especially right there, you can see the chalking. And see if I can get it in the light. It looks, trust me, it looks completely different in person as what you're seeing on camera. It don't look half bad on camera, but in person it looks bad. So I think what we're going to have to do, which this side's dirty, I think we may have to wet sand. Possibly. We may just have to wet sand it. And I don't know. I've not had this problem yet, which I'm still relatively new in my buffing and paint correction career, but I've not experienced this yet. So, and like up here, this is not primer coming through, it's chalking, and yeah, I'm not pleased with it. So, but I wanted to go ahead and finish this video, at least give y'all something to watch this week. I didn't want to go a week without uploading. So, but this possibly sets us up for a really good sequel. So if we take the time and wet sand this and really get to buffing it and polishing it, we may have us a real jewel, because when I first done this, it looked incredible. And it's set outside for probably at least 2 of them weeks. So, and the sides don't look bad, which explains, you know, sun beating down on the hood, and the roof looks terrible now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna spend some time and do some test areas and really get her fine-tuned. And this may turn out even better, I hope. So I appreciate y'all watching this video. I know it's not that great, but it's what I got. So, doing what I can with what I got. So, I'll get to working on this a little more and see if we can get us a better product. Experiment a little bit, and let me know what you think about that pressure washer. The little RYOBI pressure washer. You know, it's good for light stuff, and you know, it's got decent pressure, but it couldn't cut through what we had to deal with here. But that's understandable. Well, even when I took it to the car wash, that didn't get some of it. So it was pretty rough. But you know, let me know what you think of the little pressure washer, what you think about the truck and everything. And if you notice, seat looks a little different. So that's a little sneak peek to what's coming. So appreciate y'all watching, and come back for the next one. See you.